Good evening, Patriots. We are here in Washington, D.C. for Seavine News. I'm Valley Hart with
And I'm
my.
Leonard Bacani.
There we go. And thank you so much for joining us. Leonard, how do you feel about being here?
I'm excited. I'm just so unsure. I'm sure all the patriots out there feel the same way. So we'll just see what happens.
We appreciate you being here with us, though. So, when we arrived, when we were coming into the actual city today, we saw signs by the side of the road that said, all travel to DC discouraged, do not travel to DC. So, that was our first glimpse. And then we also saw roads blocked, tanks, long strings of police with sirens on, and all the signs of everything that you've been hearing about. We've seen it for ourselves.
Right. The military was embedded with the local police, DC police. So, and they, since they're cross-deputized now, you have military men and women in U.S. soil performing law enforcement duties in the DC area.
And how many law enforcement members are here? How many National Guard, Leonard?
Well, according to the chief of National Guard Bureau, General Daniel Hokasan, there's 65,000 National Guard troops are pouring into Washington, D.C. We know that because last night Valley was in flew
Good
in with some
company.
of them, so she was well protected. General Hokasan says that there's truly an incredible feat with as many as 40 flights a day and troops coming in from all 50 states to help out. Hokason says that I guess we're probably breaking records. The U.S. Defense officials are vetting National Guard troops by running their names through database to calm fears of an insider attack, though no insider information or no insider attack threats have been revealed.
And in a follow up to that, there have been calls, particularly from Mayor Bowser of Washington, D.C., who said it is her opinion that if any of the National Guardsmen have any known ties to any conservative groups, that they should not only be pulled from their post here, which many of them have, but they should actually be kicked out of the National Guard.
That's right. That's just truly incredulous.
It is.
You know.
President Trump will not attend Biden's inauguration ceremony tomorrow, but will give his farewell speech in the morning. In a statement from the Trump team, President Trump is slated to address a small group tomorrow at Andrews Air Force Base before he departs at 8 a.m. Patriots are also encouraged to avoid protests and avoid gathering in any manner, even in their own states, at the state capitals to protest throughout the next week.
That's right. Okay, and Bed Bath and Beyond, as well as Kohl's, announced they will retaliate against Mike Lindell, the CEO and founder of My Pillow, and they'll stop selling his product for questioning the election issues. Isn't that outrageous?
It is. I don't know what kind of. We just woke up in the twilight zone, right, Patriots? We just could never have envisioned this 1 year ago.
If you can imagine, just everything falling down around you because people being shadow banned. You can't even participate in commerce because of your political beliefs. Where have we digressed to?
And we do realize that President Trump did give a farewell speech today, but he is actually officially going to meet with some people and take off tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So that seems to be a much better location to attend than the Biden inauguration, in my humble opinion. So 8,000 Honduran immigrants are still pushing their way toward our border. Their goal was to arrive here by January 20th so that they could cash in on what they believe is Biden's offer for them to become instant U.S. citizens and have instant rights and medical benefits and access to all that would include.
That's right. The Honduran immigrant that they interviewed, he was just, yeah, basically saying, Biden gave us 100 days and we're going to come to America and receive all the freebies. And he was really excited about that. And so apparently there's a caravan en route here to arrive just in time for the inauguration.
And Shannon, I saw you just posted a comment. Well, bye-bye to Kohl's and Bed Bath & Beyond. That is the spirit. We vote with our dollars. We do not support people who persecute us. And as a collective group, we are quite large. So we need to really pursue that and keep voting with our dollars for causes and companies that we believe in. And anyone who is persecuting us, off the list.
That's right.
President Trump signed an executive order proclaiming January 22nd, 2021, National Sanctity of Human Life Day. This is a touching story. I ask you to just really listen closely to the wording he selected here. Every person, the born and the unborn, the poor and the downcast, the disabled, the infirm and the elderly, has inherent value. Although each journey is different, no life is without worth or is unconsequential. The rights of all people must be defended. On National Sanctity of Human Life Day, our nation proudly and strongly reaffirms our commitment to protect the precious gift of life at every stage, from conception to natural death. Recent abortion numbers and rates for abortion decreased by 24%, which represents lives saved. I have called on Congress to act to prohibit abortions of later term babies who can feel pain.
And President Trump also said, we oppose any project that attempts to assert a global right to taxpayer-funded abortions on demand up to the moment of delivery. We will never retreat from defending innocent life at home or abroad.
In contrast, Biden has sworn that in his flurry of orders that he will be signing when he takes office at noon tomorrow, that he will roll back protections that President Trump enacted. Number one, making employers pay for abortions for their employees, even if they have religious objections.
Is that outrageous?
Outrageous. And number two, late term and partial birth abortions, even up to the point of birth.
Right.
And we know there's been tremendous controversy about this, and President Trump has been valiantly speaking out for the sanctity of life, and we appreciate that very much.
I noticed that President Trump, he's doing things that is not consistent with someone just leaving office. I mean, he's still appointing people. He's doing executive orders, making pronouncements.
So Deb just asked, why would Trump enact this in the 22nd if he will be released on the 20th? First, number one, anything he signs as an executive order right now will be enacted. And his goal is that, just like Martin Luther King Day, that this Sanctity of Life Day, every single year on January 22nd, will carry into the future, long after you and I are no longer here. So this is a powerful thing that he is trying to do. But Leonard and I also mentioned that from I'm not sure what the word is to use, but we'll say from the activities of the president, that he does not seem like a man who is going to go off in the corner and cry right now and retire and simply golf and say, what if? That he will in some manner still be an inspiration to us, and he will still take a role in shaping our country in the most positive way he can, as each citizen should.
Right. I'm reading these comments, and you guys have a lot of faith out there. From JJ Hawks, he's not going away. Do some research. So we have that sentiment, on a personal basis, exactly. But
we only report the facts. When we have exact facts that we can report to you, then we will. But right now, we don't give you our personal opinions. We only report the facts. And so all we'll say is we shall see what happens in the coming years.
I see Chris Seelig, Trump, exclamation point. He's from California. Hello to Chris. So we'll see other patriots from.
And we have heard also that President Trump and his team will be fully participating in the peaceful transition of power to the new administration.
Becky Miller, we appreciate you too. We appreciate you tuning in and supporting us. We appreciate all your prayers and your concern. We're truly, we're not only appreciative, but it's on a personal level for me. I'm truly touched. Thank you very much. And if you feel it in your heart to support what we're doing and to defray some of the costs, and we're not out of the woods yet. We don't have complete funding to complete this trip, but just like last time, we came here in faith and prayed about it, and we believe that we know that our C-Vine members came through and we completed our mission. We were able to complete our mission with the support that we received. So if you're so inclined and if you have it in your heart, go to our website, www.c-vine.com. That's www.c-vine.com. Go to the donate page on the top and make either a one-time donation, $5, $10, or you can do a monthly thing and support our mission. So
we appreciate all of it very much. And two things we would like to touch very quickly before we get back to the breaking news. Number one, if you have not turned off the auto update on your phone, whether Android or iPhone, please go in the general settings and turn off auto updates, because we have from good intel that the companies have developed a software override so that in the event an emergency messaging comes through, you will not receive it. So please go into your phones and go to general settings and turn off the auto update, so that at least for the next several days, nobody can take over your phone and auto update it and keep you from receiving important information.
That's right.
So Patriots, we want to warn you about a dangerous PSYOP video that is circulating right now, and it is spreading with a very concerning message. And it's urging people to identify all Trump supporters and patriots as terrorists, even those who did not attend the Capitol rally on January the 6th, and to post their info online, to report them, and to make sure that every terrorist is prosecuted. It says, we are their neighbors. No, I'm going to say it in their terms. It says they are our neighbors, our teachers, our policemen, and we need to band together. This is a very dangerous video that has been shared by millions of people over the last 24 hours. It is one of the top trending hashtags right now that you may not be aware of if you are conservative. And it's going under the hashtag of hashtag Trump's new army. And there are some violent calls and some ridiculous postings going up. People are actually ratting out their neighbors. They're posting their phone numbers, their addresses, their photos. They're saying, to the best of my knowledge, this person supports Trump, take them out. In Phoenix, Arizona yesterday, a good patriot who will just be known by the name of Corey had his Trump beanie on when he went to run an errand, and 6 black men jumped him and took turns kicking his head in last night. He did nothing. He didn't interact. He didn't have any other reason than his Trump beanie that was on, which they let him know with their words and their actions that they objected to strenuously. We are now being painted as terrorists, and this is a scary precedent that we are facing. The video falsely alleges that patriots want to assassinate Nancy Pelosi and that all Trump supporters are treasonous.
You imagine being reported to the FBI, your local police, for being your political beliefs? How outrageous is that? I'm going to snitch you off because you believe in Trump.
So the gentleman who originally posted this video is named Don Winslow. If you look up hashtag Trump's new army, you will see it. It is a vile piece of fabrication. Don Winslow typically authors crime stories, and he's a New York liberal radical, and he created this video that is filled with lies and misperceptions and quotes taken out of context by President Trump. But if you want to take a look, it is absolutely shocking. And we want to make you aware of it, and we want you to know what is happening, because oftentimes if we're in our little echo chambers, we are not truly aware of everything that's going on. So we wanted to make you aware of this. we're not promoting it whatsoever, but it is shocking. And there are a lot of people sharing it and saying, wow, this was on point. Wow, we never knew this about Trump supporters. Wow, we will begin immediately working against our teachers, our neighbors, and our policemen to basically post their information and dox them online and make their lives miserable. So we just do want to let you know that we are in some tumultuous times, and there's been some advice to lay low, hang tight with your family, make sure you have extra water and batteries and canned goods on site, and to just say prayers and hang tough and know that you are not alone. There are many like-minded patriots who believe in the power of the Constitution, right, believe in the precepts that we adopted in 1776.
That's right. President Trump will not be attending the inaugural because he has his own event planned. He's invited some patriots, and we're receiving a confirmation from our invitation. And he'll be at the Andrews, the base there in Andrews. So like I said, we more than likely won't be attending the inaugural as well, but we will be attending the president's rally at the base.
We will try while we're here on location in Washington, D.C. to cover as many events as possible to show you with no editing what's really going on. The buildings are boarded up. There are streets blocked off everywhere. There are FBI, Secret Service, Capitol Police, National Guards, Metropolitan Police. Yeah. And we do need the full armor of God.
In addition to that, they have in all the surrounding states, they do have mutual aid. You have police officers from New York, I believe Delaware, Maryland, Virginia. They're all coming in support of the situation here in DC.
So let's remain prayerful, let's remain hopeful, and let's band together in spirit and hope for the outcome that we all know that God could pull off. And if we've ever needed it, we need it now.
That's right.
Another policy that Biden is suggesting that he is going to sign and enact immediately is a $1.9 trillion relief bill that is full with pork projects and monies going to other countries, and also a denying of the Keystone Pipeline and a shutting down of the Keystone Pipeline project, which could result in 6.8 million jobs in the energy sector lost and high price increases for gallons of gas in the USA, not to mention the dependence we would then have once again on Saudi Arabia and others for our fuel capacity. And it has been a wonderful feeling lately to not be dependent on others for our fuel.
That's right. The Defense Secretary has appointed Michael Ellis as the NSA General Counsel. Now, again, there's chess pieces being moved this late in the game in the administration. That's just unheard of. Changes being made just a few days before the sitting president is supposed to leave. I don't know what's going on, but there sure is a whole lot of activity within the administration. There's indications of things that, that's not consistent with an outgoing president.
I did just see someone comment and said they had a dream and Biden will be the best for the U.S. and they think that that's amazing. I would just like to say Biden is not for the sanctity of life. He absolutely has gone on record as believing in the late-term abortions, the full abortions, and if not for that reason alone, in believing in the sanctity of life, if just on that very one tenet you could step back and say, what would Jesus do, or what would God be in favor of? That one tenet alone takes him out of the realm of being a true warrior for God and doing the things that would actually promote and help with the sanctity of life. So I have family members and friends who voted for Biden, and they think that they are full-on Christians or that they are devout religious people and that they're doing the right thing. But for me, the deal breaker right there, and there are many for me, but the deal breaker absolutely is believing in the ability to not only have abortions, but have them after full-term birth, and to make employers pay for their employees' abortions when they actually find it to be against their religious precepts. I would have a difficult time if I owned a business and they said, you're going to have to pay for this person's third abortion now, and or you're going to be shut down. I think we're crossing a line here, and I think we're getting into some very dangerous territory.
Right. President Trump supposedly did do a concession speech or a farewell speech, but I found things somewhat interesting. Take a look at the flag behind him and significance behind that flag. So that's all I'm going to say.
That's all we're going to say. There's a lot we're not going to say. What we are going to say is we appreciate you sticking with us. We would love it if we do go dark and we're not on YouTube anymore. Please check back with our website. We will be bringing you the news the whole time we're here. We're going to give you updates. Even if they're written, we'll get the video to you as quickly as possible. We're actually going to sign off now, and thank you very much for joining us. But for those of you who are interested, we are going to go live again within 1 minute for a special report on the 1776 Commission report that was issued and released yesterday, and why the timing of that is very significant and what it might mean. And some of you that have some really good comments here and have obviously done your research and are very much emotionally vested, I can promise you, if you tune in, you will be glad that you did.
For CVI News, I'm Leonard Bacani.
I'm Valley Hard, and thank you so much for joining us.
We'll see you soon.